Another basics of creativity, Gene was talking about a couple things. I made a note here on starting point and timelines. How can you fail in 2 weeks? I wish I was smart enough to have thought through all this years ago, but I didn't. I came up with this to get my employees to quit bothering me because they kept coming to me with all these stupid ideas. So please go away, you're bothering me. And finally I came up with this. How can you go fail in 2 weeks? No, I'm not giving you 18 months and $3 million, which is what they're asking for, right? Go figure out how to test this thing in 2 weeks so you can prove it's a dumb idea. That was my original intent. And more than half the time they'd come back and we'd all learn, like, never thought about it that way. Wow, didn't expect that result. Does that make sense to you guys? No matter how big a project it is, figure out how you can go test it in 2 weeks. I just had this whole argument with radio guys about reach and frequency, and we got to run it this long. I'm like, no, you don't. Figure out how to go test that in 2 weeks to see if that commercial will work. And when you give somebody that challenge, that they got to do it in 2 weeks and not a big budget, they'll come back with something that they can actually go run and test, and you'll get a bunch of data to figure out if it makes sense or not. Most new discoveries don't result in a eureka moment. It's more of what the hell just happened. I mean, smallpox vaccination was discovered because somebody happened to notice that whoever had cowpox didn't get smallpox. So he drew blood out of people that had cowpox and injected it in other people, and they never got. That's where the word vaccination came from, okay? Somebody went and tested it. Microwave oven was never designed to heat food. It was radar. They kept melting the guy's chocolate bar, right? What was Viagra designed for? Huh? Blood pressure, hypertension. It was never designed for, I'll let the picture sink in. Somebody pointed out that was a part of the taking out lens they used. But how do you go try it and go test things is just a basic principle. Who's this guy? Ken Jennings, the Jeopardy guy, never ever made a mistake, except the one where they paid him so that he'd finally lose, because he would never lose, and this one, which is less known.
Less than a minute now.
Tool time for 200.
This term for a long-handled gardening tool can also mean an immoral pleasure seeker. Ken.
What's a hoe?
No. Whoa. 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 They teach you that in school in Utah, huh, Al?
What's a rake?
A rake is right. You select, Al.
400, please.
Okay, so next time you're worried about making a mistake, try and put it in perspective. You got this clean-cut Mormon guy in Utah has 6 million people watching him say, what's a hoe? Okay? So go try it and quit worrying about failing.